So, what happens when energy returns peak and then inevitably begin to fall? As more energy is used to extract energy, less surplus energy is available for economic activity. That energy loss must be taken from somewhere in society and at someone's expense. History shows that debt is used to maintain societal complexity in the face of diminishing energy returns. Think of money as a claim check on energy, where you're paid for the energy of your work and then use that pay to buy things made with the energy of other people's work. As surplus energy shrinks, debt redistributes energy share away from consumers to the benefit of investors, decreasing the living standards of consumers and increasing wealth inequality over time. How does debt do this? Through the process of inflation. Inflation is the rise in prices that accompanies expansion of the money supply with debt. For example, what would happen at an auction if all the bidders were suddenly given credit that doubled their money? Well, prices would be bid up twice as high. Home prices don't rise because it suddenly takes more energy to build a house. It just takes more claim checks to buy the house because each check is worth less energy with inflation. Rising prices hurt consumers, diminishing their purchasing power before wages can catch up. But they benefit investors who gain wealth as the value of their assets like homes and stock portfolios appreciate with inflation. Progressive taxes and labor unions never sufficiently counteract the speed or scale of this growing wealth divide. Empires from Rome to Britain have collapsed under the combination of low growth from falling energy returns and high inflation from rising debt. In the United States, middle-class living standards peaked and debt began rising in the 1970s, when U.S. conventional oil production and global energy returns both peaked. When world production of conventional oil peaked in 2005, it triggered the Great Recession since no energy growth meant no economic growth. Since then, the only new oil production in the world has come from fracking tight oil, which has such a low energy return that it's ended up being a completely unprofitable industry, creating a sluggish economic recovery with soaring debt and stagnant growth worldwide, along with the social unrest and political extremes that come with such conditions. The introduction of harder-to-extract sources has dropped the global energy returns for oil to the estimated minimum needed just to maintain global industrial civilization. So, how are we going to replace fossil fuels with clean and renewable energy if these green sources have an energy return far too low to support industrial society? I'll consider that in my next video.